Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakadash, this your Akim Madril Azil, back with another quick lesson. Also want to give a salute to the men of Lincoln's Truth Farm, Shalom, Barakatah. This is the article that I saw this morning that came through my news feed. It says, the title says, the fear of setting the planet on fire with a nuclear weapon. The idea of a nuclear bomb accidentally setting the entire planet on fire was once a fear shared by many. Let's go down here. This was Wednesday. I don't know if this article was printed Wednesday, July 15, 2020. It may have not. But I'll go here where it says Inside Science. And inside the third Reich, if I'm pronouncing it correct, the memoir of Albert Speer, the former minister of armament of Nazi Germany, recalls an exchange he had with the physicist Werner Hessenberg, Hessenberg, and Adolf Hitler. Hessenberg had not given any final answer to my question whether a successful nuclear fission could be kept under control with absolute certainty or might continue as a chain reaction. Hitler was plainly not delighted with the possibility that the earth under his rule might be transformed into a glowing star. Repeat that again. That last sentence. It says Hitler was plainly not delighted with the possibility that the earth under his rule might be transformed into a glowing star. Now, that brings me to Job 9 and 24. The earth is given, Salakia, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So this guy already had the ideology of the world or the earth being under his rule, which is solidifying the prophecy in Job 9 to 24. The Edomites, which are the self-proclaimed white people, regardless of their, hiding behind the name of a German, Australian, or so-called American. They're the wicked that the Bible speaks of. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. And the world was given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9:24. Let me continue on. By 1942, Germany had almost given up on trying to develop a nuclear bomb, largely due to logistical reasons, while the U.S. plowed ahead with the Manhattan Project and became the first nation equipped with nuclear weapons. But how serious was the concern that these bombs might set the entire world on fire? So look at the picture right here. Hans Beth, I'm saying his name, this devil's name correctly. It's a picture of him. And let's go down here. It says, the destroyer of worlds. Yeah, the destroyer of worlds. Give me 1 second. That brings me to Jeremiah 4 and 7. Salakia, 1 second. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 7. The lion is come up from his thicket, and the destroyer of the Gentiles is on his way. He is going forth from his place to make thy land desolate, and thy city shall be laid waste without any inhabitants. So, by that title, the destroyer, and this article is going into nuclear weapons, that in itself hints prophecy, because these destroyers will be these nuclear ICBM silo missiles that would destroy Babylon the Great, aka America. That is that is going to be controlled by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai ordained America, Babylon the Great, to be destroyed by nuclear um, missiles, man. That's that uh, lake of fire that's spoken of in Revelations. Let me read this article. The destroyer of the worlds. By the time Enrico Fermi jokingly took bets among his Los Alamos colleagues on whether the July 16, 1945 Trinity test would wipe out all earthbound life, physicists already knew of the possibility of setting the atmosphere on fire, according to a 1991 interview with Hans Bethe, published by Scientific American. Bethe, who led the theoretical division of Los Alamos, during the Manhattan Project, said that by 1942, J. Robert Oppenheimer, another devil, who eventually became the head of the project, had concerned the terrible possibility. This led to multiply scientists working on the relevant calculations and finding that it would be incredibly possible to set the atmosphere on fire using a nuclear weapon. However, a conversation between Oppenheimer and Arthur Compton, the leader of the metal, metallurgical laboratory in Los Alamos, was later reported in a 1957 feature titled The Bomb, The End of the World. Now, that gives me, when I'm hearing that, um, the precept from Second Ezra 6 and 9 comes to the mind. Let's get that. Salaki, give me one sec. This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. When I read that, where it says the bomb, the end of the world, they gave me an idea, or let me say Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Let me say it correctly. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai um, revealed to me to use Second Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. Let's continue on. The bombing, the bomb, Salaki, and the bomb, the end of the world, published in the American Weekly, which brought the apocalyptic scenario to the public eye. Now here's the picture of that devil right here, J. Robert Oppenheimer. You know, he's one of the ones that's controlling the world too. Him with the, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers and etc. He's one of those super elite families that pretty much controls the world. Let's continue on, but there's a picture of the devil right here. It says in her feature, the author Pearl S. Buck recalls a conversation she had with Compton about his conversation with Oppenheimer during the Manhattan Project. Hydrogen nuclei, author Compton explained to me, are unstable and they can combine into helium nuclei with a large release of energy as they do on the sun. To set off such a reaction would require a very high temperature, but might not the enormously high temperature of the atomic bomb be just what was needed to explode hydrogen? And if hydrogen, what about hydrogen in seawater? Might not the explosion of the atomic bomb set off an explosion of the ocean itself? Nor was this all that Oppenheimer feared. The nitrogen in the air is also unstable, though in less degree. Might not it too be set off by an atomic explosion in the atmosphere? The earth would be vaporized, I said. Exactly, Compton said, and with that gravity, it would be the ultimate catastrophe. Better to accept the slavery of the Nazis than to run the chance of drawing the final curtain on mankind. So this is what these devils was discussing regarding, their nuclear capabilities. But we know that the earth abideth forever, But Esau Edom is the end of the world. Um, Second Ezra 6 and 9. So his world, his kingdom, which right here it says, go back up to the top. Top it says inside the third um, wreck. Oh, Salaka, give me one sec. Salaka is inside the third Reich. That's a German word, a German word meaning realm, empire, or kingdom. So this is Esau Edom's kingdom. You know, inside the third Reich, Salaki. That's how you pronounce it. But that means that word Reich means realm, empire, or kingdom. This is Esau Edom's kingdom, and it's going to be destroyed by nuclear silo ICBM missiles, man. You know, and these devils, they dig up a pit and they're gonna fall therein. They pretty much they're solidifying their own destruction by, for one, it says right here. If you go down to this article, it says by 1942 Germany had um Slovakia. By 1942 Germany had mostly given up on trying to develop a nuclear bomb, largely due to logistical reasons, while the U.S. plowed ahead with the Manhattan Project and became the first nation equipped with nuclear weapons. So Babylon the Great, aka America, is that great whore that's riding upon the beast, and with their perfecting of the nuclear weapon, they pretty much solidified their destiny, man. And their destiny is is going to be destroyed by actually is Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is giving them the technology to make these advancements, but they're going to die by the sword. Whoever liveth by the sword should die by the sword, and that sword comes in all shapes and fashions. And one of those fashions are the or one of those fashions are the nuclear ICBM missiles, man. That's part of Esau Edom's sword that Isaac promised him. He promised he was giving Esau the sword to live. He said that should live by the sword. Roughly paraphrase. So let's continue on. Uh, it says while it is correct that and Salakia, while it is correct that an enormously high temperature under the right condition could potentially set off a chain reaction that would light the atmosphere on fire, calculations have shown that these temperatures and conditions are simply unattainable by a nuclear bomb. This is a picture of another the devil right here, Arthur Compton. Look at him. It says 1946 reported, written by three Manhattan Project scientists, summarized the relevant calculations. It is shown that whatever the temperature to which a section of the atmosphere may be heated, no self-propagating chain of nuclear reactions is likely to be started. The energy loses the radiation always over compensation, the gain due to reaction. It is it is impossible to reach such temperatures unless fusion bombs or thermonuclear bombs are used, which greatly exceed the bombs now under consideration. But even if bombs of the required volume, i.e., greater than 1,000 cubic meters, are employed, energy transferred from atoms to light quanta by Compton shattered shattering will provide a further safety factor and will make a chain reaction in the air impossible. However, in 1959, featured by Buck, may have helped sustain the idea that a nuclear weapon could potentially set the planet on fire. Of paragraph toward the end of her feature reads, if after calculation Compton said it were proved that the chances were more than approximately 3 in 1 million that the Earth would be vaporized by the atomic bomb, by the atomic explosion, he would not proceed with the project. Calculations proved the figures slightly less, and the project continued. Um, this is a kind of lengthy article. I'm gonna just leave it right there. But this right here also reading this where it says at the bottom, reading this quote, it said, if after calculation, Captain said, if so like it were proved that the chances were more than approximately 3 in 1 million that the Earth would be vaporized by the atomic explosion. That gives me the revelation of 2 Peter 3 and 12. Let's go to like let's go to the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse. Let's go to the book of 2 Peter's, verse 3, chapter 3, verse 12. So like looking for and hasting until the coming of the day of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. So when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai comes, that's exactly gonna happen. That's exactly gonna happen to Babylon the Great, man. It's gonna be dissolved, man. This whole place is gonna dissolve and be it's gonna melt, man, with fervent heat. You know, the earth is gonna abide forever. The earth is gonna abide forever. So like it's like the earth will abide forever, but the destination of Babylon the Great, aka America, man, will be laid desolate, man. So that's what this article pretty much went into, and I just want to share this with the Akim and Aqua. Hopefully, this lesson was edifying. It wasn't intended to be too long, but when I read this, the fear of setting the planet on fire with a nuclear weapon, because we're approaching these times, man, and this is a revelation, and one of the actually it's like the last revelations before the coming of our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, before the ushering in of the kingdom of heaven that we're looking forward to, man. But I want to end off there. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakadash. Salute to the man I learned this truth from. This is your Akim Madrilla Zil. Um, Shalom. The next time, hope the Akim and the Aqua was edified. Shalom.